I'm Brendan Fernandes. I'm a visual artist that works between the intersections of dance, visual arts, and architecture. I'm here at the Fabric Workshop and Museum where I'm artist in residence. I've been making some new costumes and creating a new performance piece. The work behind me, Into, is based on sculptures by Scott Burton. Scott Burton was a queer, gay artist that explored ideas of cruising, how two people found each other through looking for each other, to find each other, to find and make an encounter. So I was really curious about his sculptures. These were very cold, minimal stone sculptures that placed together create a chair. And so for me, behind us, I started to scan his granites and his marbles and his stones and created a textile that then we formed into the shape of a rock. So I was kind of playing with this idea of a soft rock, a thing that a body can play with or use as a prop in a dance performance, but also become a device that someone can sit on or release their body. So it becomes an object that is playing with the idea of cruising, but also the idea of embodiment and how a body might interact. Also, as part of this piece, Into, is the curtains that go hand in hand with the rock. So my performers are using the curtains and the rocks as props within the performance piece. The curtains themselves are using swiping gestures from my phone, from dating apps such as Grindr or Scruff. This idea of the swiping gesture being a motif that leaves a residue of bodily fluid on the phone screen that for me is a modern day form of cruising. So we translated the fingerprints, scanned them from my phone, from the acetate, and then we made different screens. The screens then became almost like a collaging concept where I would work with Andrea and Jill, and I would actually physically place the screen. We'd pull the ink through and then print and then keep going. But it was kind of like a dance itself where we were kind of moving back and forth. But then it became a conversation, a dialogue, when I would ask them, do you think we need something else here? And it became just kind of intuitive, where we then started to understand all of each other's processes of even the physical choreography of okay, it would be make choices together. So it really was collaborative and also intuitive. Noisy is a new commission for the Fabric Workshop and Museum. It's a piece that I've been thinking a lot about. Currently, I'm thinking about visibility, the idea of how do we find our social political rights through protest, through being seen and being heard, but also this kind of larger question that's kind of a Marxist kind of imaginary question or thought that, if we gain our civil rights and we're at the place of living through that imaginary and we all feel the solidarity, will we need to not be heard or seen because we've reached that point? So I'm thinking about invisibility as a place of empowerment. So being not seen is the reversal, that I've done the work, I now have this space of being unseen. I'm working with a Kenyan Maasai fabric that is not an indigenous fabric to the Maasai people, but something that they wear all the time because the noise pattern of the plaid creates a visual noise, which is also kind of a protection. So in Noisy, the dancers cloak themselves, their bodies are kind of disembodied. I'm kind of playing with this idea that they're kind of moving as one kind of opus, but also in a way that they're challenging the question of who's being seen, what's not being seen. So kind of challenging the way we see things. We're not working within the etiquettes of theater performance. We're in a museum and we're dancing in a museum, and so the audience comes and approaches it differently. So I'm always considering that, where will they stand? How will they come into the space? So my audience is sort of behind the scene, performer themselves. You'll see in Noisy these bodies coming together, and then because of the textile, because of the fabric, their bodies are so intertwined that you can't differentiate one body from another body. But there are moments where they will nurture by unfolding and draping the costume before they move again from each other. In Two, you see the duets happening as cruising, as this idea of searching, signaling to each other. There's these ideas of these sort of sounds or actions that they make. So they kind of hit their hand on their chest to create a a call and response. When I work with my dancers, we have conversations, we have dialogues. There's agency for us to make choices, because in a dance, like, the dancer themselves is giving me their body. Their body is kind of my material, so I have to give them a sense of space, agency, choice in that process. And so it is very collaborative. And for me, collaboration is important because not just my work is production. There's so many people that come in and out of the work and give to it to make it. Without dancers, I don't have a practice. But for me, it's also about a social and a political, a way of understanding solidarity, a way of understanding how do we kind of do things together to make things function. So in society, I feel this is how we need to work. We need to be in conversation, in dialogue, in collaboration, in generosity and kindness.